Are you putting off doing the exact things that you really deep down know would help you to succeed, enjoy life more, to achieve your goals? Are you putting these things off? Or maybe you don't know that you're putting these things off. Well, let's find out in today's episode. This is the Enjoy Life podcast, here to help you choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. It does take a little bit of work, some effort on your part, but that effort is worth it because this is your life and you can experience the benefits of the work that you do. And this podcast is here to help. Life doesn't magically turn out exactly how you want. It's up to you to make it happen. Now, you may not have chosen to be exactly where you're at right now in your current situation, but you will choose what you do about it. If you're ready to put forth a little bit of effort, take some small steps toward living the life that you want, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Well, welcome to episode 139, Joy Life. Glad that you're here and joining in. Honestly, I'm glad because this podcast is for you. It's to help you to be intentional and choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life to go where you want. This is your life. I believe wholeheartedly that we each have the option to make it the best that we can make it, to do our best, and live a full and rewarding life. It's not going to be perfect. I guarantee that. In fact, that's about the only guarantee I can make, that your life is not going to be perfect. Nobody's is. But when you do your best, make the best with what you got, it can be great. It can be a good life. That's what I want for me in my life. That's what I want for you in your life. And that's why this podcast is here. Before we dive into today's episode, just a quick reminder, connect with me on Instagram. It's just at Nick Mazey. If you like the positive message I try to share here, you'll find a similar thing on Instagram, or just connect with me. Take a screenshot of you listening to this podcast on your phone, and tag me. It's at Nick Mazey. I love to see that you're listening. I love to hear from you too. You can send me a direct message, and that'd be great. Right. On to today's topic. Today we're talking about what would happen if you did what you know will help. In the last episode, we talked about overcoming excuses, being stronger than excuses. I believe that you can. There's simple things that you can do that kind of make it easier so that you can step over that barrier of that excuse, and start to take action toward what you want. There's a little bit other side of it too, and that's what we're exploring today, is those things that we kind of know, hey, this would help, but for some reason we're not doing it. And maybe it's a conscious excuse, or maybe it's like a little hidden, and we don't really know that we're telling ourselves not to do these things that could really help. If you missed the episode on being stronger than excuses, then just go right back. It's episode 138. You listen to it wherever you get podcasts. You can go to nickmazey.com, search for 138, and just check it out. All right. But today we're talking about those things that you know will help, but for some reason you're not doing it. And somehow we end up convincing ourselves, or I say we, this is something that I got to watch for myself, and maybe it resonates with you too. We end up convincing ourselves to not do the exact thing, that very specific thing, that we know would end up helping us. It would help us to enjoy life more. It would help us to achieve our goals and to be more successful, to live a fuller life with more meaning. There's really specific things that we can do. In general, for most of us, we can do these things. And then all of a sudden, life would be better. But for some reason, we convince ourselves not to do it. This sounds dumb. It sounds dumb. If I know that something's going to help me, then why the heck aren't I getting out there and doing it? Do you ever listen to reasons to tell yourself to not do things that will end up helping you, that you're certain will help you? Maybe you convince yourself to not fully commit to a goal or idea. Even if that goal or that idea, is something that is positive, it's valuable, it's meaningful, and yet you convince yourself to not fully commit to it. Or maybe you convince yourself to play it safe when you know that something is worth going for. Or maybe you convince yourself to not do that one thing that will help you just if you did it. So what am I talking about, really? Well, it might be, convincing yourself or choosing to not give your best effort. If something's worth doing, then it's worth doing to the best of your ability. But for some reason, we convince ourselves, to not fully commit to achieving that goal. Well, if you heard me talk about goals and stuff, then you know that, a lot of that goal setting, is making that goal that's good for you, that resonates with your values and what you want, what's important to your life, what's worth focusing on now. If you do those things, then of course it's worth giving your best effort to achieve. If you're struggling with that portion, struggling with making sure that that goal is the right fit for you, if that's what's holding you back from fully committing and giving your best, then go to my website and look up some resources on goals. I have a whole goal setting course. I have many episodes on goal setting and worksheets and checklists. Just go to nickmazy.com. In the menu, there'll be a drop-down menu. It's got resources for goals. Check it out. All right. Now, so we talk about giving our best and fully committing. But what's something else that that I know, and that would help you? It would help you to enjoy life and achieve your goals. And that's taking care of yourself. For some reason, it's so often that we convince ourselves, or at least I do, to ignore the things that I know that would be good for me, my body, and my well-being. Well, if you want to enjoy life, if you want to, make the most of it, you got to take care of yourself. And that's caring for your well-being. That's making your health a priority. Especially when there's so many demands for our time and attention and energy, sometimes health kind of gets pushed back. Don't allow that to happen. Don't. If you want to have more energy, you got to take care of your health. If you want to be able to do more and be more productive, then we got to care for our health and our well-being. It's simple. You are your number one resource. You are. You're the person that has to do the work to achieve your goals. You're the person that has to live your life. If you care for yourself, then you'll be able to do more, be better, and enjoy it. Now, I know that you might not have, all the extra time in the day. I'm a busy dad of twins. My little girls are amazing. They're definitely a very, very high priority in my life. At the same time, I know if I don't take the time to care for myself, I can't be as good a dad. So it's not taking time away from my priority when I'm caring for myself. It's actually helping me to serve that priority better. I mean, for crying out loud, I got to exercise just so I can be able to carry them both at the same time. That's tough work right there. So caring for myself ends up helping me to care for that other priority even more. I can be even better dad because I care for myself. And caring for yourself will help you to serve your priorities and to pursue your goals and those things that are important to you even better. It's not taking time away from them. That's why health and well-being have to be a priority. The next area that would probably help a little bit is if you try to enjoy life a little bit more. And this might be smiling a little bit more, and it might be being fully present and focused on where you're at and what you're doing. All right, let's unpack this one a little bit. Trying to enjoy life, and being present, and really focus on where we're at, it's a good thing. That smiling can actually help you to just enjoy what you're doing a little bit more. Well, first of all, this podcast is called Enjoy Life. So obviously I think it's a good thing to try to make the most of it, appreciate the good things. But when you enjoy what you're doing a little bit more and you're enjoying life and you're present, it helps you to be more effective in what you're doing too. I want you to achieve your goals. So being fully present in the moment not only helps you to enjoy it more, but it also helps you to get more done, be more productive, and achieve those goals. Of course, there's going to be a million things going on outside of where you're at and outside of your current situation. Try not to stress about it. If you do the best with where you're at, right where you're at, and you try to be fully present, then you can be more effective, make more progress, and then be able to address the other things outside of that later. Because you'll have gotten it done, and you'll be able to move on to what's next. And you'll have enjoyed it more. This does take, being intentional.
I think I'd like to say that we all can agree that these are some good things, like giving your best effort, taking care of yourself, being present and enjoying life. I'd like to say that we can agree on these. If not, let me know your opinion. I'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with me on Instagram at Nick Mazy. Send me a direct message and tell me that these are junk, or that you agree. But if you do agree, then what would happen if you actually did your best on these areas that you know will help you to enjoy life and achieve your goals? For some reason, it's tough to do these things sometimes. They do take effort. They do take being intentional with your actions and what you do. And they probably don't come naturally at all, or at least these things don't always come naturally to me. It takes a lot of work and effort to give my best, to care for myself, and to be fully present with what I'm doing. It does take effort, but that effort is worth it, because you know what will happen if you really did try to do these things? Amazing things are going to happen. They will help. They will drastically improve your life and change it for the better. You'll end up enjoying life more. You'll have more fun. You'll make more progress. You will be so glad. I just about can guarantee that you will be so glad that you took the effort to do these things for you and your life. Give your best effort. What if you actually just gave your best, absolute best effort and strove for those things that are important to you? What if you made your health and well-being a priority and you really took care of yourself? Imagine the effects that could have on your life. What if you chose to really be fully present in what you were doing, when you were doing it, and just to be in that moment? What if you did these things? I mean, the results can be amazing. They do take effort. It does take intention, but you can do it. Just imagine how wonderful the effects of doing just these three things could be. Give your best effort, by committing to what you're doing. If you really took care of yourself, your health, and your well-being, and if you chose to be fully present, even smile. You try to enjoy life and where you're at and what you're doing. This is good stuff, guys. You can do these simple things. You don't have to do it all at once or make some wildly drastic changes. But if you start doing the simple things that hey, that would probably help. Just start doing it. Just start doing the simple things that will help you to enjoy your life and to make progress. And forget about the reasons or excuses on not to. Just go for it. This is your life. It's up to you to live it. It's up to you to achieve your goals and make it the absolute best that it can be. But I tell you what, I promise you this. You can take steps towards your goals, make progress, and make it the absolute best that it can be. It might not be perfect. That doesn't matter. But you can take these steps. You can start today, make some progress, and enjoy life just a little bit more. It's worth the effort. It is worth the effort. I promise you that. And with that, thank you. Thank you for listening and joining in on this episode. For more of my material, you can always go to nickmazy.com, connect with me on Instagram, and I can't wait to talk to you again next week. All right. Well, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening. Keep taking steps towards your goals, because I do want you to achieve what you want. That's why this podcast is here. And a huge thank you to those of you that have already rated and reviewed this podcast. It's a big help. There's like 1 million podcasts out there these days, and I'm not exaggerating. And when you take a moment just to rate and review, or even share this podcast with somebody, it helps so many more people find it and get some value out of it. I really appreciate it. Please keep doing that. And if you want to take some small, simple steps to care for your well-being, then I got something for you. I created a short booklet. It's called, Don't Forget You, Simple Steps to Care for Your Well-Being. You can find it on Amazon. But, you are your number one resource. You are the person that has to do the work to achieve your goals. If you want to achieve your goals and enjoy life, then you've got to care for your well-being. Knowing some very simple ways to do that can be a big help. So that's what I said. I got that booklet out there. It's on Amazon. It's Don't Forget You, Simple Steps to Care for Your Well-Being. You can search for it on Amazon, or you go to nickmazy.com/DFU Don't Forget You. And it will lead you to Amazon where you can check it out. All right. Thanks for listening. Take care. I'll talk to you again soon.